Ladies and gentlemen, Cheez-Its and graham crackers, destroyers and cruisers, the time has come for the Massachusetts video. I have hyped this up since literally when I started YouTube. So as my late Christmas gift to you, here it is. In this guide, I will go over builds, strategies, what to and to not to do, and a few other things. So to start us off, I'm not one of those asshole YouTubers who's gonna make you wait till the end to hear the big thing. So the number one and absolute most important fact you need to know about Massachusetts, the idea that makes this ship good, the main thing— oh, shut up and say it already. It's that you need to imagine that it's not a battleship, okay? This is a transgender cruiser that wanted to be a battleship. These main guns are an absolute disappointment compared to literally every other battleship. The fucking Grafspee is more of a battleship than this abomination. Okay, I got a little excited there. Back to seriousness. Let's start with discussing why it's more of a heavy cruiser than a battleship. And in case you're interested, this is my build. However, I will use a bunch of equipment in this. So for starters, notice how almost all of the battleships have a lot of their damage potential concentrated into one area. On most, it's the main guns. For Kronstadt, it's the missiles. But with Massachusetts, the ship's arsenal is a lot more balanced. All the weapons have a similar damage potential, and when combined, pack a punch. Before you criticize this idea, remember that literally almost every ship class has this same idea. People see it as a battleship and expect the normal battleship loadout. In fact, funny story. Until I looked into buying this ship about a year ago, I completely thought it was a cruiser. I seriously never noticed that it was a battleship until a year ago. Okay, so another funny story. I went to look up the date it was added just now and discovered it was a cruiser, but the devs changed it to a battleship. So yeah, I just typed all that for nothing. Moving on, let's go over what stuff to put on your ship. The triple missile slot is a good start. Personally, I found the most success with these missiles. But considering that it's the only missile slot in as a triple, you can really just use whatever you want. Same thing for the torpedo. Use whatever you want. For free-to-play, these ones are fast reload but less damage. These ones are long reload for lots of damage. And this one is a good mix of the two. And air defense is entirely your preference. Use whatever you would like to. And the last quick little thing to go over before Artstorm determines my matchmaking fate, use this ship as a team ship. You're a better fighter with a destroyer or frigate on your tail. Plus, you are not winning a 1 versus 1 against a battleship, so having a team with you would certainly help. This is my only annoyance about this ship. Unless you're backwards, then the grenade launcher is impossible to peek corners with. I'm sorry the audio is laggy. I like to use the Sky Ranger autocannon on this ship because it's really good air defense, but it lags out my PC, so we're just gonna have to deal with it. I know it was a good change, but I fucking hate SLBM submarines. However, fear not, little one. Within the next minute, I'm going to absolutely annihilate him. If you do this, then kill yourself. I got a little excited there. There was a lot of emotions going on then. Oh, maybe he was running from the enemy and panic rammed me. Maybe not the most impressive place on the final scoreboard, but still a good match. Okay, so I did insanely good in this match, but it was because the enemy team were absolute bots. So I'm not sure we should count it. I took barely any damage the whole match. Watch this. Okay, this is arguably my favorite match I've ever done in this ship. We end up losing, but I and an Alsace held off 4 players for like half the match. Oh, right. I installed the packet autocannon. I don't entirely remember why, but I was probably fed up with 093C players. The Sky Rangers would have been nice in this battle. This is where me and the Alsace start kicking ass and taking names. As you can probably tell, this was quite the oh shit moment for me.
Yeah!
So, not too bad of a Massachusetts demonstration, huh? This match was a letdown. I tried to hide in the back, but me shooting kept revealing my position and a sub finished me off. So yeah, there's me breaking my own rule, always stay with the team. So this match was mostly pretty normal, so I'ma skip over it. However, look at what Artstorm blessed me with. Thank you, Artstorm, for that incredible spawn point. I fucking hate that ship. That was the most deserved thing to ever happen to that ship. I will cherish this memory for decades to come. Other than that wondrous encounter with the Charles de Gaulle, not much happened other than beating up a meta submarine. Am I the only one who thinks watching SLBMs come down on your team like this is low-key terrifying? Hey, did you see that? The Sky Rangers brought down 2 of them. Do notice that we are back to the free-to-play build. Pretty good match. All right, this time let's try to stay with the team. I haven't seen a Teton in online in ages. Editing not lies here. I have no idea what I was shooting at there. I recorded some of these battles mere minutes after waking up, so maybe I was just that tired. It was at this moment that I realized I was not going to survive this match as I watched my death slowly approach. I pondered as to why I was here, doing this, controlling light on a screen. What else could I be doing? Ah, who cares, back to the 100,000-ton warships fighting it out on the high seas? It seems as though Artstorm has spared me to fight another day. I shall remember this gesture for years to come. Sorry, I got a little mad there. Anyways, y'all get one more battle from me and then a closing. don't know how I survived the rest of this battle. I was on scraps of health through most of it. Before you ask, yes, at this point I was on the edge of my seat trying to kill this MF.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money, money.
Dollar, dollar.
So, yeah, there you have it. It's not a bad ship, you just need to adjust how you play to make it work, and when you get good at this ship, it feels unstoppable. I've bullied an arsenal ship in deathmatch before with this ship. However, I feel like it should still get an upgrade to make it more of a battleship, probably new turrets with more firepower and maybe dual grenade launchers. But anyway, I made sure to make this video before the gold sale ended so you guys could make a decision. Okay, bye now.